Hello there. My name is, I'm already saying, this is Random Chroma, or Orin, or Jake, however, whichever you want to call me. I've gone by a bunch of things. There's even people that still call me Titan, and maybe they're watching this. This is another episode of What's the Damage? Kind of my take on Rate the Super. Maybe a little oversaturated, maybe a little meh. But there's actually a lot of games and stuff that I want to do. And if you look at my channel, I've done some already. But I think I'm going to want to redo those and make them a little better. Yeah, just kind of do that. But basically, the whole thing about this What's the Damage is that it kind of goes beyond like rating the super itself. Not knocking anybody, but like usually what they do is they will rate it like based on like pretty much just flair only, like usually, and just kind of like some little niche stuff. But I wanted to go a little further, and I want to go into stuff like how much damage it does, how much damage it doesn't do, if it's a utility, if like kind of just like the fine detail stuff, and even stuff like Easter eggs or like references. Like an example is an example would be with in the if you watched it in the Dragon Ball Fighters one. I'm sure I included it there, but in there there's stuff like where if you're Trunks and like let's say you go against like I don't like whoever, and then he'll say burning attack, but then if you fight against Frieza, he'll be like, "This is it, Frieza," or something like like lore and stuff, like lore and stuff like that. And you'll kind of just see as I go in, how that it all works. Yeah, so I will say that I do have a script going, and I wanted to do a little disclaimer here just to kind of while I have your guys' attention. I'm not going to read this verbatim, but it's been a long time since I made a video or any video, so I apologize if it's messy or unprofessional. I still haven't taken the time to learn how to edit, so I'm using OBS for this to record it all. So it's going to be mostly one shot for the most part. In fact, it will be because I've set it all up to kind of like transition and stuff. So it shouldn't be horrible, but I want to get better as time goes on, but I want to just get a video out instead of like it's like, oh, it's got to be mega edited and stuff. And I'm like, I can learn how to edit, and or I can pay somebody to do it, but neither of those two are going to happen anytime soon, unfortunately. So yeah, and then after that, I will make a poll on my Discord channel. I'll have a link to that in my in the video description here, and also the stream channel. I want to stream more than I do YouTube videos, but I also have always wanted to do YouTube videos. So this What's the Damage is just one idea. I've got other ideas, but we'll talk about that some other time or maybe on stream. I watch the stream, watch the stream rather than the videos is all I'll say. And then yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy. So today we will be doing Pokkent Tournament DX on the Switch one, and not me realizing that this game came out and had its like last update in 2017. That's insane. So this game died for the most part, like when the Switch One came out. Like I don't remember when it came out, but I remember getting it day one, and I still have I think in my Wii U. I have the amiibo card still, and on the Wii, I spent most time on the Wii U. I didn't really play Pokkent Tournament DX because it was just a port, and I was like, that's lame. They did add DLC, but it was 2 characters. It was Blastoise and Aegislash, I think it is. Pretty underwhelming. Obviously, Blastoise is the most exciting-ish of the two, but I would imagine that Blastoise is probably not the most interesting starter. He's got the nostalgia factor, but that's about it. So just kind of my memories of the game. The thing that makes me upset is that this is like, if you ask me like, hey dude, like what's one game that you really wanted to get like more support or like should have been better than it was, my answer is always Pokkent Tournament. I love Tekken, as you guys have probably seen on stream and whatnot, and Pokemon too. So when this was like revealed and was a thing, I didn't lose my shit, but like I was like, oh wow, that sounds really cool, and it really was. But as time went on, and especially after the Switch release here, it I looked into it, and there was stuff saying that Katsuhiro Harada, I don't remember fully, but like it was something like he had a lot of ideas. Basically, like the long and the short of it is that like Nintendo really let him push the envelope on stuff like that, on like how this game came to be and what it is and how it functions and whatnot. But I mean, like the prior to that, or I think somewhere around that, like there was like some conversation about like Nintendo's like or like Game Freak or both or whatever is so like tight knit about Pokemon and like its representation and its IP that they don't like, I mean, like it took them so many years just to be okay with Pikachu wearing like a hat or something like that. It was some kind of thing like that. I don't really feel like finding the article, but basically Harada wanted to do a lot with this, and he got a lot of resistance from Pokemon, from Game Freak, Nintendo. And yeah, it's a really good fusion of Tekken and Pokemon. There's actually, I'll try to point them out as I see it. But there's a YouTuber named Hi Buff Gigas Please. They're a Tekken centric guy. But they make a lot of cool videos, and they made a cool video a while back about like the direct like comparison and references between Tekken and Pokkent Tournament. It's a really cool video. Maybe I'll watch it on stream. I'm gonna stream today, by the way, July 20th, 2026, dating this here. But we'll watch that. I'm actually playing Pokemon Scarlet right now while this video goes live. Hopefully today, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. I'm going to let my stream know, so you'll get the first news, and maybe we'll watch it on stream too, depending on how long it takes to render. Yeah, so I crapped out on this game, so I didn't really play. I don't even have the DLC, and I didn't realize that it was only 2 characters, so it's pretty lame. But yeah, I still have the amiibo card for my Wii U. I was going to show off my Pokken controllers, but they're kind of not readily available, and I really just wanted to get this video out, and this intro is like already way too long, so I did want to show this before we get started though. So let me get rid of this here. Again, it's going to be a little rough here. So we got Charizard here. I played him a lot, almost exclusively, and there's this combo that I didn't come up with, but like I definitely loved to do and found out about. It's not practical at all, but games like these arena anime fighters are not practical to begin with. This game was at Evo, but I don't remember it. I think it was there for like 1 year, like on the Wii U, and it kind of came and went. It might not have even been a mainline game, like the main 9 or whatever it is back then, because that was like 13 years ago now, 13, 14, 15, 10 years ago now. But it might have been a side tournament, but it was cool nonetheless. This game definitely is still played like online and competitive. I've found out, which is cool, which is always cool. It's kind of like how when I found out that Clash of Ninja and Naruto Storm are like played competitively-ish. It's not on the same level as like Tekken or traditional fighters, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Let me just do the combo here. So you activate, and that's not the combo there. I just needed to get to this screen. So it's that, and then the super. Sorry if you can hear my inputs. And that did a whopping like 10 damage. It just makes me giggle every time. That's like the textbook definition of like a super scaling way too fucking hard. And I remember, like, last thing I'll say, and then we'll get into watching this stuff. I remember I was playing this, I think at Evo actually, and they had like a Tekken or a Pokkent tournament for like this game, like DX booth. And I played Charizard. I went through it like a few times, but like one of the times I played Charizard and I played against like some rando or whoever, or I might have just played the CPU. And, you know, one of the guys is like, you know, watching and just making sure everything's all good. He saw me do that combo. He was just like, bro, what the fuck? Like, he was so like, he was trying to be like, oh yeah, you can do this or whatever. Like they definitely gave him like a little script and be like, oh, you know, show him the new burst attack, you know, like kind of interactive involvement, you know, sell the game or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he like literally was like caught off guard. He was just like, bro, what the fuck? And I was just like, yep, I've been doing that. They had that in the Wii U. I was checking to see if they had it in this game too. And they did. So, okay. Let's go to the ratings. Okay, so audio, there's no audio now, so we're going to do this. We're going to take that off. We're going to do this, and then we're going to swap Orin's here. Orin is this guy in the corner here, by the way, if you didn't know. Using this new PNG tuber, I have like an old one that I was using, but we're going to use this one for now. And that's all I'll say for it. Okay, so we got this guy here. And I will say right now that we're going to do a side rating really quick after this one of the support Pokemon. I don't think it's anything crazy, but I just thought it'd be kind of cool. And I mean, this video is probably going to be a little longer just in terms of like not having edits, but like I do hope you guys enjoy. And I kind of like doing this longer thing because, again, that's the whole point of it. It's like analyzing it and critiquing it, you know, as if this is like a college paper or something like that. So, yeah, so this guy, Brandy Durg, but I mean, anyone can, yeah. So, and quality is as high as you can go. So volume should be good. I did some tests. If they're not, I apologize. But yeah, let's get going. And this should be all of them and the DLC. That one is just sick. That one is actually just fucking sick. Okay, I'm gonna just do like quick pauses in between because we'll grade it after this. I have a chart all good. So that one was fucking sick. It's like, I guess Thunder Punch. I'm sure all these like ones have like names for them, but that was like really cool. I mean, it was like let me watch it again actually. Oopsies. Sorry. Oh, okay. I didn't rewind it. Okay, false start. Let's try it again. So Darkrai. Just some fucking like Nightmare Realm shit. So this was 2017. So I think this was before some guys had. That looks like the Mega Evolution or something. I didn't see the little like stone, but I think there are. I mean, like Shadow Mewtwo is like the prime example in this game of like its own evolution. And I don't know if Shadow Mewtwo is like in other stuff besides this. I think he is, but like again, this was kind of like where it was most prominent from the first game into this game. So yeah. I mean, I guess this is like, you know, just a powered up version, you know. So yeah, I mean, pretty cool. All right. So now we got Blaziken. So you do the Mega Evolution. That's a huge hitbox. Oh, I forgot the criteria is flair, damage, and just a bunch of stuff that you'll see. So that one was pretty cool. And actually, let me sorry, let me double check. You guys can't see it, hopefully. Yeah, you guys can't. So what we're going off of is yeah, so like I think the damage is kind of like pretty standard in that like it's not really like balanced per se. I think it maybe a little bit. But there's no like one-shot stuff or whatever, and I'm sure the attack and defense stats are like kind of specific, and they probably go off of like Pokemon, you know. So we're gonna look at impact, voice lines, and character sounds, the combo number, and just kind of like you know, like, and the combo number is like definitely, I mean, I think like Mewtwo's is like 1,000 hits or something like that. You know, it's supposed to be like close to like an anime fighter, or just, you know, like a goofy non-traditional fighter. And also mechanics. So like that was like an example right there, is like how long it takes to activate the move. And like that's a wide activation there. I'll show you when I get into it. And then flair and coolness and like kind of overall feel of the move. So again, I'm a little rusty with this, but just bear with me. So let's watch them 2 times each, and not more. So this is the second time. So it's pretty cool. Blaziken is like the you know, the Marshall Lee, or, you know, like Bruce Lee of the game. So pretty cool. That little stance at the end is pretty cool. It would have been even cooler if he like stayed. Yeah. So we just saw this one, but let's see it again. That speed of light punch shit is amazing, and we already saw him, so we're good. Lucario, good old Mega Evolution. Big old punch. Really fast in this game. He channels his inner fucking Goku. That's sick. Got his stance right there too. Look at it. Look at his stance. I mean, he's like already kind of hunched over, but like he's got like the, if you had like put the camera on him, I bet you Lucario could give like a great like Kubrick stare. Like, you know, just like the you guys know about that, the Kubrick stare. It's like the mark of like insanity. That's like the symbol for when somebody has just like simply lost their mind. I think usually in a negative way, but like lost their mind is just like absolutely unhinged, and just like it, like, yeah. So just really cool. So it's a punch and a kick. I gotta keep these in mind for grading it at the end. I mean, like, Lucario, Mewtwo, and Charizard just get like a nudge because I like those characters, but I'll try not to keep the bias. So Gardevoir, I think, is similar to like Jin and Lily from Tekken. I'll try to sprinkle in that stuff too. That move is cool. I mean, it's playing to the fact that Gardevoir is definitely like special attacks, like specialist. So that's her Mega Evolution. Her big ass skirt. Very slow. It's a very slow move, and it has like, I don't know, it has impact, but it doesn't. I don't know, I think it's just the fact that it's so slow. Nah. Moving on. Pikachu Libre. I think she debuted in this game. And I'm sure she's made it into other games too, like Smash and the other Pokemon games. That's pretty sick right there. Oh my god, that's awesome. That one's pretty good. And the little pose at the end too. This one, you gotta wonder how like this character kind of came to be. It's just like, what if we just like had a little fun with this? You know, like extra fun. Like, what if Pikachu was a wrestler? And the crowd too. And a belly flop. That's sick. Pose at the end. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Caesar. So Mega Evolution. That is so fucking fast. Holy shit. Oh my god. Whoa. That was insane. Holy shit, I need to see that one again. Wow. Dude, like, take a cool Pokemon and, like, make him do cool shit. That's what it is. That's, like, what the super is. That's awesome. I don't know what that, like, could relate to Tekken, but that was pretty fucking cool. And then we got this guy. This is, like, the DLC. It's a Sword and a Shield. That's a huge activation. That looks like, if I had to guess, a 360-degree activation. And it's a floating hand. Is it Master Hand doing that? Okay, it splits it in two. I'm sure there's like, maybe that move looks cooler in Pokemon or something. I don't know. But yeah, okay, so it's just a standard like kind of buff, nothing crazy. And you turn into like a crystal ball, like just a, yeah. I like the little turn there. That's interesting. And then that was actually cool right there. He got in the way of the shockwave. That was kind of cool. That was a nice touch. We got Krogunk. The dive in is diabolical. I wonder if that tracks. Oh. Whoa. Okay. That was pretty sick. All right, I don't know like what the Tekken version of that is, or you know, kind of there, but that makes me think of Felicia. I'm sure she had the Super in other games, but like in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where she calls in like a bunch of her sisters or like whatever, and dog piles on or cat piles on the enemy, but she just like goes in and like they like explode or something, or she like goes in and like does like a move. But here Krogunk like blasts him. Also, this is a cool example of like double team, which I'm sure this is what it is double team like actually doing like something impressive rather than making you faster or like accuracy. Okay, we got Sceptile. I think Sceptile was pretty high tier from what I remember. Whoa. Oh shit. Frenzy Plant, I think that's what that is. That was sick. That was either Frenzy Plant or like Grass Knot. I'm gonna say Frenzy Plant because it just sounds cooler and it's a better move. Like it's the ultimate like leaf attack, or you know, like grass attack. Like grass is Frenzy Plant, fire is Blast Burn, and water is Hydro Cannon. I remember that from when I was a little kid. I'm sure you guys too. I don't know what the other versions of that. I wonder if they have that. Maybe I'll figure that out on stream today. I tend to get distracted, if you guys can tell. I do have ADHD, and again, I apologize if this video is long, but you know, I'm having fun. Hopefully you guys are having fun too. But yeah, this is sick. The little nail grind there is sick, and the flow just between using the other hand for the Frenzy Plant, that's just clean. That's just a clean super. And then we got Mega Evolution, the card that's super expensive in the TCG. This is okay. Okay. I mean, it's like cool. Like obviously Gengar has one of the most fucked up like entries in Pokédex, and it reflects that he's like diabolical, a prankster, a fucking weirdo. So, but in my opinion, it's kind of similar to Gardevoir, but like dark, but like ghosty, you know. So, Decidueye, what do you got? What do you got, bird? You look like a bird. A little tornado. Okay. Okay. That's pretty sick. Okay. Okay, let me just like quickly run through this one. I'm gonna pause it just like as I see it, and because I'm trying to like, you know, flow, you know, this might actually be better to do on stream, and then you guys like can be a little more interactive, or you know, the pauses won't be as bad, and maybe I just like upload that. Maybe I'll learn how to like edit after that, or you know, whatever. Because I think Maximilian Dude has like done that. Maximilian Dude was like kind of the reason for me to do this, but I've seen others do it. But I think if I had to guess, he's probably streamed it before, and then like, you know, just edited it. But we'll get to that later. So yeah, I saw a few things that I want to point out, and I'll just rapid fire them. So the little fly out is pretty cool. And then you're in a tornado, and then the extra like cuts. Okay, like pulling the bow is one thing that's always awesome. The glint does so much. And then the impact is just great. And then the turning around, like kind of cool guys don't look at explosions-esque thing. And then not just whatever, like, and then the teleport at the end. Like, that was sick. Machamp. I don't know what the red is. Someone explain to me like what the red is. I don't think it's the Mega. It could be. Alright, so... Alright, well, not really much to say for this one. It's... I mean, like, you got 4 arms. You're gonna use those 4 arms, you know? So, I got a soft spot for just simplicity. you know, stuff like this. But, you know, it kind of, like, it's good. It's not good, but it's not bad either. So, moving on. We got Brixen. Not Delphox. Brixen. So we got the Flair here, down pat. And turning into fireworks. Kind of Vegeta-esque, you know, in a way. Dirty fireworks, you know. The glint right there is pretty cool. It's just very, like, cute and very, you know, like, personality and, I mean, just flair. A little jump at the end and the pose. It's pretty cool. That's, whoa. That, okay. That one, alright, that one was cool. That one's alright. You know what? That one's alright. So, like, let's just kind of, like, run through it. And again, I'll pause it through. So, big activation. Looks like 360 if I had to guess. And then you're underwater. And then he does some slashes. You know, the cool anime thing. And then, like, what does he do right here? Like, what? I'm trying to think, like, what move that is. The little, like, you know, wipe off. Or, you know, kind of, like, brush off is funny. It's alright. It's not bad, but it's not good either. Blastoise, the other DLC character. I can't believe there's only two. Whoa, okay. I can't believe there's only two DLC characters. This move here actually reminds me of Sasuke. Well, that first part. Again, when I learn to edit better is when I can, like, add clips like that. I definitely have that in my notes, but I just can't do that right now because I don't know how, and I don't want to make this too long or unprofessional. Yeah, so just one more time with this. So big ol' shots and like that. Yeah, that right there, Sasuke, he has that like Chidori move where he like blasts him away in Revolution 3. And then it's a cool little thing. It's similar to that. I don't think that's what they were speccing into, but the like bracing himself there with that big cannon, that's a cool touch. So and then a big old blast. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Then we got Mewtwo. What do you got, Mewtwo? Wow. That was like one hit. Also, I don't know if these supers were different in Pokkent Tournament 1. I think, I think this whole game was a port, so if there's any differences, I apologize. But, like, I think this game is just better by comparison, so we're just gonna go with it. We're already too far deep, anyways. I don't know, man. This move is kind of. Yeah, I don't know. That move it's just a big old punch. So, yeah. And then Chandelure, the fucking lamp. Okay. That move, alright, we have our first F. We have our first F move, I can tell you that much. So, let's just run through it real quick. So, really not much change. I mean, like, look at... So, look at, like, his... So, look at him right here, right? There's really not much difference. He gets, like, a little blue glow, I think, if anything. So, weird activation, and you get fully knocked down. You're kind of into that canned animation, which is weird. And so, like, they're playing into the fact that he's a ghost, so it's like, oh, it's all scary and stuff. And this little, like, that little, like, flame thing, the laugh at the end, it's just lame. And I guess it's more supposed to be, it looks like it didn't do a lot of damage, so, but I see those debuffs there. I'm sorry if I've, like, missed those or anything like that, but utility-ish, I guess. And Suicune, a quadruped character that I constantly forget about. Whoa. Okay. We might have our next F. We might actually have our next F here, dude. So, here's the thing. Again, not much difference physically, like visually. So, I mean, it definitely like looks like he's about to do something really cool. But that's it. That like I really thought that, because like going off of like Smash, he's always had that big old beam move. I think like Aurora Beam or Ice Beam, whatever it is. It looked like he was gonna freeze him and then blast him, but he didn't. So, F, honestly. So Weavile. We might have yet another F. Okay, so the activation, it just gets icy, I guess. Very, very small activation, it looks like. It's more vertical than anything. Big old claw. I guess that's like a shadowy ice, but it's not really much impact. Doesn't do a lot of damage either. I think that's an F. My boy Charizard. So, like, invincibility, like, that's like a crazy activation. Pretty good. Pretty good. I don't know what move this is supposed to be, but they have the cooler Mega Evolution, first of all, so already good start. That's a crazy activation, just like the Shockwave there. It's so fast, it's so big and long. And, like, just the impact here... I just, like, wow. A S. That's an S right there. It's a Garchomp. I think he has a Mega. I think this was before... I think a lot of Pokemon... Sorry to pause it here, but, like, I think a lot of Pokemon... A good chunk of these Pokemon here have, like, Mega Evolutions now, or, like, other forms. So, not that it does them any favors for this video, but... Okay, that was alright. I do want to point out one thing in terms of Tekken. So this right here, so he hits him, so the 1 hit, the 2 hit, 3 hit, I think that was 3. So that right there reminds me, again, I would cut it in if I knew how to do that. That reminds me of Miguel from Tekken 7, his super, which I'm pretty sure, yeah, that was out before, because that would be like 2015, 2016. It was, like, the first part of it was... you know, him looking at the camera being like, you know, the opponent, and smacking him a couple times. So I think that's what that was. And then he does dig move, which is, I mean, they made it look cool, but nah. It's not bad, but it's not good. We got Shadow Mewtwo. That's an insane activation. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, pretty good. And also, I think I just realized that they got rid of the combo counter in this game, because I could have sworn that that move was what I was thinking about, that did 1,000 hits. Maybe even 9,999 hits. Yeah. Anyways. It's a pretty good move. I mean, that's just, like, a really good move. Huge activation. You can feel the impact just, like, from start to finish. It's like, I'm not just going to blow you up, I'm going to blow up the fucking world, like Frieza style, so it's just good. And is that it? I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Alright, cool. There we go, and then we're going to get to the rating. I'm just going to jump straight to it, because this is already at like 35 minutes. No, you know what? I didn't put it in the title, so I'm not going to rate the ally Pokemon. It's going to be like whatever. So, let's see here. I'm going to just do this like really quick. So, again, I'm in PowerPoint right now, so I apologize for it being hokey. But just running through it real quick. I'm just going to go like left to right here. Gengar, definitely going to be like a D tier. It's not cool, but it's not bad either. Blastoise, I'm going to say just kind of like mid, so like C. Again, I might not fit all of these, but Mewtwo, I'm gonna say S, or I'm gonna say A. Well, I'm just say S, because I don't think there's gonna be a lot of S's. Blaziken, I would say B, just because it's like pretty cool. But it's just, you know, kind of like whatever. Pikachu Libre honestly gets S because of like how crazy cool it is. Brixen is, I'm gonna say B just because it's, you know, kind of unique and cool. Garchomp, C. It just, you know, it just wasn't really much. Chandelure, F. Mewtwo, again, I'm not letting my bias, you know, in, but like B, because I mean it's cool, but like it's literally just a punch. Charizard, I'm gonna say S because that's just really cool. Gardevoir, I'm gonna say D just because it's like similar. These guys just have similar to me. Empoleon, let me actually do something real quick, by the way, just so that this isn't too bad. I'm just playing the background music just so it's not just my voice. Empoleon, what was that one again? It was just like, yeah, I'd say it's B. Sceptile, I'm gonna say A, not quite S. Krogunk, it's funny, but like, I'd say it's D as well. Pikachu, what is that? The big old punch. I'm gonna say not as like crazy cool as as Pikachu Libre. Darkrai, I'm gonna say like a little more than B. It's more interesting than these two in terms of like the darkness or like ghosty goo or whatever, but nothing crazy. Caesar, I'm gonna say A. Again, not quite S. Same with Decidueye. Suicune, F. That just like not great. Lucario, I'm gonna say A. It's cool, but like again, it's just not quite S. Weavile, I don't know, it's not quite F, but it's not quite D. I'm gonna put in the middle, kind of like equally leaning towards both. Machamp, I can't put it in F because it's like, it's. I appreciate a big old punch, or you know, like bunches of punches, but it's not anything crazy. But I don't think it's F. And then we're gonna put Aegislash in F, and that's the tier list there. I think that'll about do it. This video is very long. I will work on trying to make these videos like shorter, but I'd say this is a good good comeback. I hope you watched this all the way through. I appreciate you guys for watching. Just gonna kind of check my script real quick. I'm sure I missed some stuff or whatever, but you know, just join the streams. I'll put a link to the Discord as well. And you know, the Discord is good for notifications and you know, like videos like this and whatnot, just kind of engagement. So I appreciate you guys. Hopefully I do more of these. And yeah, I should stream the same day as this going up, but we'll see. Yeah, appreciate you guys, and I will see you later. Thank you for watching.